Hey guys, Jay here. So in this video today, I am really excited to share with you guys this current project that I'm working on this character. So this is a Titan. It is the same Titan as I used for the Thor Mjolnir character, but I have respec into another setup. And well, so far I have to say, first of all, disclaimer, this is not a finished build. I still have to figure out a bunch of different gem setup. You can see here I have a lot of gems in here that is just like basically for testing, and only the blasphemy here is kind of like finalized, but other than that everything else is just in the testing phase, right? Anyway, what I want to do is I want to slow down the enemies so much with blasphemy that basically they cannot reach the character. So let me show you in a tier 15, right? And another thing that is really cool. Let's see if anyone noticed before I actually say what it is. So this is a tier 15 map that I was testing in, right? I am not going to fight a rare monster right now because I have no damage and no survivability. So yeah, I've not set up those things. So I just want to show you here, for example, this Eternal Torturer, a white monster. You can see that the number of slowed on the head of this guy is 190% slow from temporal chain. And then also a 31% slow from a hinder. So how do I get hinder? Just quickly, I had hinder from zone of control. This note here give me any enemies that is cursed is hindered. So it is extra slow. Why are they slowed for like 190% and they do not stop moving? Well, because they change. GGG actually change how the temp chain works mechanically compared to previous patch. Right now, you can no longer reduce enemy action speed to 0. It is like just a massive more multiplier, but it has no limit. It does have like diminishing return, I think. But hey, it's pretty cool to see this, right? They takes like 10 seconds to move even from here to here. So, well, we're in for a treat. Now we can do whatever we want with them, really. This is me doing just that. Now, I am having Gilding Palm of the Heart Shrine Scepter. This is an extremely cheap scepter. Don't care about the corruption. I just get a corruption here because it was very cheap. Don't care about any roll at all. It is 3 to 5 exalt. Because the main thing that we need from this scepter is grants effect of guided meteoric shrine. So this thing gives meteor rain down around you when it's in range of enemy. I thought it was not going to be strong enough, but apparently it actually is scaling with the zone level. When I test it in a low level zone, it does not do any damage. But when I am in high level zone like this one, I just pick up a Gloom Shrine, which is really good. When I'm in a high level zone like this, seems like the damage of the shrine actually scale with the zone level. So I am one-shotting every normal and even magic monster. The rare is taking a while, sure, but that is not going to be a big deal, right? So potentially we can just create a pseudo walking simulator. Actually, an actual walking simulator if you use the shrine here. There's also a version for the shrine that is lightning. I think the lightning one get much better targeting. I will buy it after recording this video and then I will actually try it. Right now I have no gold left, so I cannot instant buy anything. Sadly, I will need to maybe farm back a little bit more, or maybe even like have to buy some gold from TFT or something. I don't know. Anyway. Sorry. Anyway, this is really cool, right? So we can first of all slow down the enemies to basically doing nothing, because if I stand still on purpose, then maybe they will have the chance to fight back. But normally when you move around, you just move like this and you will not get hit by anything at all. And hell, if you want to, you sprint, right? The enemies is so slow, there is no way they can actually hit your character. No way, right? You can bump into them and you have all the time in the world to actually just sprint again. Or, you know, how if you actually get knocked down like this, for example, very good example, because I was caught in the ball lightning. When you get up, enemies did not move a cent. So it is just really funny to see this happen. And yeah, hopefully, you know, the shrine is going to be good enough for like clearing. If not, we might have, you know, other things that we can use to support. For example, right now I am having a little like cast on ignite shenanigan with this volatile death thing from the wand here. So I am using, this is a volatile wand, so we have volatile death, right? Why do I use volatile death? Because volatile death actually has a built-in ignite. It guaranteed ignite all the time. So yeah, it just ignite nearby enemy, and when it ignite, it actually fuel the cast on ailment. And I just do it on my clerics. The clerics is going to revive each other. So basically when I run around, except for when I just stop and hold down my button to just detonate all the clerics, and it actually takes a while to go through 6 clerics. They would just be like basically infinite because they keep reviving each other, so they would just be infinite, and we just have an infinite amount of volatile death if we want to, if we don't do it too quickly. And yeah, there's no reason to do it too quickly really. So yeah, anyway, that is the current thing that I am working on. There is also another way that I think we can potentially create a pretty strong character. So there is also the Minion Bomber thing that we can do. Minion Bomber is a little bit different. Right now, one very good thing about this patch is Minion Bomber. We can actually use Infernal Legion. We can actually use the like suicidal support gem on every single minion, right? I want to get out, so it's easier on the eye. So we can potentially have a strong, big life monster like the brutes, for example. Just go around Infernal Legion, burning everything, and then explode, dealing a massive amount of damage because it's scaled off of the health of the monster. And because enemies is rarely fast enough to fight back, and the brutes are going to be like hit-seeking missiles or human torpedo. Have anyone here watch Peacemaker? It's pretty funny movie series. Anyway, they act like they just like go around and seeking enemies and kill enemies. At least that is what I think it would be, right? So anyway, let's get to the build part of the build. So in this video, I want to explain the whole setup. What do we get to get the slow to such an extreme level? I'm not going to go too deep into damage scaling or skill anymore because I did not even figure out a final setup yet. So that will be for the next update. Anyway, for the slow part of the video, which is the temp chain. How do we slow enemy to oblivion? There are a lot of tools that is added this league and a lot of cool things you might not even know exist because it is so off meta. Nobody even know it exists because nobody used it. So first of all, this is a item that we had before. It has debuff. You inflict have 30% increased slow magnitude, and if you have a 2 socket corruption like me, you can put 2 additional serpent talisman for 5% curse magnitude. So temp chain, if you put it into blasphemy, which is like this. Blasphemy, if you put a curse on, it will turn into an aura. And temp chain is still a curse. And it slowed down enemy. So there are 3 keywords there that we can scale with the slow. One is aura. So we scale aura magnitude. 2 is debuff you inflict have increased slow magnitude. That is the second thing. And the last thing that we can scale is curse magnitude. So that is the reason why Titan is really good choice. By the way, do not take these. This is from the old character. I just ran out of gold. We should taking stun build up here and this one. Or we can take maximum life and more armor from equipped body armor for more tankiness, right? So either way. Either way. Where was I? So we have 3 sources to scale the slow, right? On the skill tree, obviously, I try to take everything that is related, that is realistically that we can get. So we have some aura magnitude here, aura magnitude over here. This is also aura magnitude, I believe. This one actually is not aura magnitude, but it's just presence, and it gives percent spirit. I like spirit because I want to do a lot of triggers, so we can figure out some cool things to do with the like almost 500 spirit that we are doing here, right? That we're having here. I also have a slow magnitude here and slow magnitude over here. And the cursed effect is going to be this will, curse effect, and this will, curse effect. Don't take the last point, it doesn't do anything because the curse that we are doing is actually just an aura. So we don't need this thing. We don't need the curse activation here at all. Other than that, I do have some other things in the skill tree here. I do have a +3 temp chain prism of belief. I think this is way overkill with the way that we are scaling slow right now with temp chain. It has very heavy diminishing return to the end, right? So this is not really necessary. It's going to be very expensive because there's not a lot of them on the market. There's like 4 or 5 total. I bought this one only for 4 divine, but the other ones are listed for 25, and they will only just go up if, you know, some people want to buy it, right? Because they are removed from the market, just get more expensive. There's just nothing to buy. So if you cannot ignore it, if you want to, you can get a +1, +2. But my recommendation probably would be, if whatever skill you are playing with to deal the most amount of damage, especially for single target, get a prism of belief for that skill. That is going to be probably the best choice, right? A megalomaniac, I have 3 notable here, but realistically only one is the one that I'm targeting. So it's time manipulation. So if you find a megalomaniac, try to have time manipulation. That is all that matter. For me, I have 2 additional nodes, which is Stylebender, which doesn't really do anything here. And the second node is Touch the Arcane. So I am using a little bit of Arcane Search convert to life regen. So it is slightly useful, but it's not that significant anyway. So yeah, this node is my anointment. So Howling Primate give me a present area of effect and 10% magnitude. Pretty good. I kind of wanted to do a Walker of the Wild impossible escape, because that will allow me to get more area, more curse magnitude here, more aura magnitude here. However, it's like 18. Yeah, it is 18, 17 divine or something. And then maybe it will give me like 1% more slow in the end in the number. But realistically, the monster is not really any slower. 190% to like 200%. They are basically exactly the same speed. So yeah, this is as far as I will push. Maybe in the end game, if I want to, I might even remove this one. So disclaimer, right? If this got expensive, do not buy it. I would just remove it with some other thing. So one other thing that I'm using here that I want to address is the Undying Hate. So this is a known combo by now by Blood Mages. So if you have an Undying Hate with the Tribute to Tech Rod, the end of the first sentence in blue text here, it will give you this keystone, Sacrifice of Blood. And this keystone, basically, if you use life to cast your skill, you will get all that life back in 8 seconds in flat life regen. And you can scale it with life regeneration rate like this one. This is the only thing that I take that gives life regeneration rate. So anyway, it will give you a massive amount of regen if you can sustain it. And I think you can actually sustain it, because with this build, the main layer of defense is you are slowing enemies down to the point where they basically cannot hit you. So that is the whole like slow concept of the build in the skill tree. Here, I think I already mentioned this item. Second item I want to mention, this is new this patch. Darkness Enthroned, so it allowed me to use 2 additional socketable that is in this version, that is in my gloves. So I am using another 2 Curse Magnitude Serpent Talisman here for a 20% Curse Magnitude. Then the next new toy, Grip of Kulemak. We can actually have a roll of 10 to 20, actually 12 to 20% slow magnitude in this one here. And it actually comes with some pretty cool thing. For example, right here I am having Arcane Search when minion die. That is why I am playing around with Volatile Death to kill the minion. And then I get the Arcane Search. I also get Onslaught for 4 seconds when I kill that minion from this ring. So there's a lot of cool things that you can potentially get with these things, right? But the main thing that is actually required for the build to function is only the slow debuff. And it's not even that necessary to get like a maximum roll because, again, diminishing return, right? So if you want to, you can totally use like just normal ring, get more life, more resistances, mostly more life, so you are more durable. I think around 2.5k life should be better. I will try to fine-tune this, but my gear right now is focusing on some other things, right? I will fine-tune the gears later. The next toy. This thing is in a rare scepter, so you have a perfect essence of command, which allow you to get the final roll here. Aura skill have 15 to 20% aura magnitude. So if you use a rare scepter, you can have this, right? So if you, I kind of want to, I think probably this is going to be the best version. To have your brutes running around and to have like a few, maybe 3 clerics to be behind them and revive them immediately. The clerics is going to be immortal anyway, so we don't need to worry about survivability of them. So I think that probably is going to be like the most comfy thing to do with a rare scepter with a minion gen, right? That is the next aura effect. Another aura effect. This one is a desecrated mod. So this is a desecrated mod that you can get on your amulet. I think the amulet, the only thing that is like 100% necessary is the +3 to level up all spell skill gem. So yeah, just try to get that and then get an aura skill, have increased magnitude. It is with desecration. Let me just bring up the modifiers. POE2 DB amulet affix here. So modify calc. It is this one over here. Let me find it here. Aura skill have 8 to 16% aura magnitude. It is a suffix, so you need to be careful with your suffixes to be removed. So yeah, luckily the spell level, level of all spell, or actually level of all spell is also a suffix. This can be a little bit. Oh no, actually it's not. So you could just have a +3 with an open suffix and then, you know, desecrate with the Amanamu Omen. Yeah, and you guarantee to have an Amanamu Omen, and then you do reroll and you have a very high chance to actually get this one, right? Anyway, brain fart. I am using Alpha's Howl to double my presence area as well. So Alpha's Howl is actually quite cheap at the moment. It's only like 1-2 divine, so it's very, very cheap compared to what it can do. And so I just have this one, right? And then I use the enemies you curse take 5% increased damage. It has 2 sockets, so I can have 2 of them, but it's not that big of a deal. Just get a normal one with 100 spirit. You don't need to corrupt it. If you can afford to risk it, then yeah, go ahead. Another sale. Anything else? Okay, on the one, 4 level all spell is a must because if you want 5 level fire spell, for example, it's not going to scale temp chain, right? So 4 level of all spell is going to scale temp chain. Is going to scale actually quite a bunch of minion is also spell, I think. No, actually it's not. Yeah, but anyway, it will scale any spell. So temp chain is the one important one. 4 level temp chain is going to be really good. So get that in the one. That is the most important role. The other role, depending on your build, you should get. For example, I am trying to go for fire damage in this case. So that is why you see extra fire damage, increased fire damage. That is pretty good, right? On the suffixes, if you want to have a little bit of quality of life, then get cast speed. But I think intelligence is going to be the best role because it allows you to have less intelligence on your skill tree. Therefore, you can get more strength. Therefore, you can get more life from the strength. So yeah, here, this is what I get. You don't need to be stressed too much about the weapon. Just know that 4 level all spell is the best role that we need here. Is there anything else that contribute into this lowness? I don't think there is anything. So anyway, that is everything I want to share in this video. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I hope you like this build. I hope you like what you see so far. I think it can be something really, really damn cool. So yeah, stay tuned for more update on this character. I think this might be the very first actual Autobomber that we can play without any button. At least the brute setup seems to be very, very viable. And then we also have the shrine setup. By the way, because we have 24 weapon set skill, we can even play with both of them. All right, so why not? I will make a update video very, very soon. Probably sometimes tomorrow. For now, thanks for watching. I have to go back to work. Lunch break is over. And yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.